What's going on, guys? I'm back. Nice guy driver. I want to start by addressing a hater. Let's not even call him a hater. Let's call him a misguided fan. Let's call him a misguided fan. He happens to be one of the first people. I didn't block or delete him yet. You know, I let him make his little comments. He's usually the first one to comment. Usually negative, but let's be real. Even negative comments help the channel. So if I deleted every negative comment, that would not help the channel grow. But he's usually the first. Say something smart, and it drives me nuts, but I let him say what he want to say. He said that because I talk a lot on this channel about how much I no longer enjoy driving for Uber. You're going to hear me talk about a lot on that channel. And I even said in one of my videos, I'm going to complain in every video. So you could either deal with it or simply go follow another person. It's that simple. Even though I got nice guy driver in my name, I'm not always nice. Point blank period. And I'm not happy with how gig apps, not just Uber, treat the drivers. But he said don't bite the hand that feeds you, because I said something negative about Uber. First of all, Uber's barely feeding me anything. You know, lately Uber has been paying me some days less than Lyft. So I can honestly say Lyft is paying me more, and I make more money doing other things than I make from Uber. And I've said it on this channel a few times. I haven't said it on necessarily my rideshare channel that often, but I don't just make money from Uber. I don't just make money from Lyft. I'm a content creator. I also get affiliate dollars. I'm not monetized, so I'm not getting money from YouTube, but I am getting affiliate dollars. You know, whether the haters like it or not, I am getting affiliate dollars. I do rent rooms, and I do have Lyft as alternative to Uber. There's days where, like this week, Lyft gave me better offers than Uber. Even though Uber gives me more offers, they're all trip radar garbage. So I can honestly say, even though Lyft gives me fewer opportunities, on average, they're better opportunities. It's very rare that Lyft gives me a ride that I will not take. It's almost like Lyft algorithm is learning what I'll take, what I won't take. I don't know if it's true, but it seems to be learning. Because it's down to, like, out of every 5 rides, I may get 1 bad one on Lyft. Where Uber, you may get 10 bad ones. And out of that 10, maybe take 2. If you cherry pick. You know, if you're a worker bee or a worker ant, and you'll just take everything and be in Massachusetts somewhere or New York State somewhere, and you're from Connecticut. You know, if that's how you want to do rideshare, that's on you. But this misguided fan is quick to comment as if I am going to start crying if Uber deactivates me. Bro, I can work anywhere and make what Uber does. The simple fact is I enjoy rideshare. Let's keep it real. I enjoy it. I don't enjoy the pay. I don't enjoy the pay, but I enjoy rideshare. And I know that eventually I am going to go private and I won't need the apps at all. So Uber is not my bread and butter. I there's days, honestly, guys, where I feel like I'm doing charity work by giving out some of these Uber rides. I really do. I feel as if I'm doing charity. It is giving me content to talk about on the channel, which does help. But I really feel like I'm doing these people a favor because the money is that bad on most of these, particularly Uber offers. It's that bad that I feel as if I'm doing charity work. You know, because it's not maintaining, it's barely maintaining the gas. You know, I can honestly say Lyft lately, you know, has been making me feel as if they're doing something different. And it's another thing I want to talk about on Lyft side. The 70% guarantee. Now, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not right on everything, especially when it comes to rideshare. But Lyft, a part of the 70% guarantee, as we know, after external fees and after they give us our cut, at the end of each week, they're supposed to give us the difference, right? I've been getting money every Thursday for the past 4 Thursdays. My roommate is a Lyft driver. He hasn't gotten it. My neighbor is a Lyft driver. He hasn't gotten it. But I've actually got, I think my first one was like $15. It was a Thursday. They deposit it every Thursday, and they tell me it's part of that Lyft guarantee. Now, we all know that it is too complicated to calculate. Lyft knows this. I know this. So I don't even know if it's correct. But the first one was like $15 on a Thursday. I woke up, didn't even go on the app yet. $15 was already in my inbox. The next one was like 21. I think the one after that was like 22 maybe. The one I just got this past Thursday was 25. I don't know if this Lyft guarantee stuff is real, but all I know is the past 4 Thursdays, I've got money already sitting there waiting for me. And again, my neighbor said he's not getting anything. You know, he doesn't really understand it, but he says the percentage, they give you like this percentage breakdown to your earnings guarantee, and nobody understands this crap. And I think that's what they're counting on. I'm sure a few, you know, people like maybe the rideshare professor, maybe Sergio at the rideshare guy, they can figure this stuff out. But the average Uber and Lyft driver can't figure this crap out. I'm telling you, because I could barely figure it out. I could barely figure this shit out, you know? And it doesn't bother me so much I can't figure it out, because at least Lyft is giving me something. Me in particular. I don't know. You guys hit me in the comments if you've seen anything on a Thursday. Again, so far 2 people asked. They haven't seen anything, but it's kind of weird that I'm getting it and they're not. So that's kind of what these rideshare apps do. They actually pay. Oh, and I thought it was because of my tier level. You know, I Lyft, you're at a certain tier level, platinum, whatever. But no, my neighbor, he's been at elite and he still hasn't seen any money. My roommate, he's been at elite. He still haven't seen anything. I'm not even platinum right now. So it's not the tier. I was beginning to think that, here's my theory. You guys chime in the comments. I was beginning to think that maybe they're taking my own tips. Because I feel like I've been seeing a lot less tips on Lyft side. And I used to get a lot. You know, I'm an introvert, but in the car for some reason, maybe because I'm not facing the people, I like to talk to my passengers, particularly about business, finance, you know, not so good at sports, but I like to talk about stuff with my passengers. And that's allowed me to make quite a few dollars in tips. But I started thinking to myself, that past one that I just got, I didn't do $25 in tips that I would be aware of. But that's one theory, that they're just literally giving me my own tip money back in the form of calling it an earner's guarantee. I don't know. All I know is when you take a ride with Lyft, after external fees, you'll maybe, if you're lucky, get 50% of the ride, sometimes less. They claim at the end of each week, they make that difference up. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what they claim. This guy is not watching where he's going. But you guys let me know what you think. Let me move so this guy don't hit my car. People are crazy sometimes. Let me know what you guys think about that. In other news, I was going down the rabbit hole with Pedro situation with, obviously getting deactivated DoorDash. Everybody's talking about it, including myself. I did do a video, shameless video about it. It didn't necessarily give me a lot of views, more than normal, but I just felt like doing a video about it. So I did a video about him, and I started going a rabbit hole with the guy that he's beefing with. And it's starting to get me thinking about marketing, and because obviously you got to learn how to market to be an affiliate marketer, content creator. Started going a rabbit hole with this beef with him and a content creator called formerly known as DoorDash Dad. I guess at one point he had a YouTube channel called just DoorDash Dad, and supposedly, according to him, he gave Pedro DoorDash Santiago the idea to put DoorDash in his name. Now I started watching this guy's content, formerly known as DoorDash Dad. It's a long title. This guy is really smart. He's not just a typical DoorDash driver. Neither is Sergio. Not Sergio. And neither is Pedro. Pedro's not just the ordinary DoorDash driver. He's very intelligent as well. But this guy, formerly known as DoorDash Dad, is really, really good. I started watching his content, and he kind of makes me feel like the level I want to get to. He's very educated, I could tell, very intelligent. I'm not just saying it because he's a black man. He just happens to be a black man. But the guy is not just a typical DoorDash driver. You could tell he's a business guy outside of DoorDash. I don't even think he drives DoorDash anymore, but the guy is good on his business content. Here's the gripe I got with both of these guys that are supposedly, they're huge content creators compared to myself. Here's where I think they went wrong. And feel free to disagree or agree. One of the reasons why I did not put Uber, Lyft, rideshare in my name, and I watched all these other content creators put rideshare, Uber in their name. Later on, they regret it. Now, for the two exceptions, which I would say is the rideshare guy and rideshare professor, who's probably going to be doing this content forever, I don't think people should put rideshare, DoorDash, anything to do with Uber, Lyft, or any of these gig names in their YouTube name, because later on you might want to do something outside of DoorDash, Uber, and even though I got nice guy driver in my name, driver can equate to anything in transportation. That's why I purposely did not put Uber or rideshare in my name. I put driver because I will always want to be a driver. I always want to be a transportation owner of some sort. Not necessarily for the apps. And I knew that when I set up my channel. And this is not a big deal, but if you're a content creator, you kind of know where I'm going. If you're just a normal rideshare gig worker, you're not following, what's the big deal? The big deal is the SEO. Pedro, if he takes out the DoorDash out of his channel name, it actually affects the SEO because people find him because of the DoorDash name. This is another reason why the guy formerly known as DoorDash Dad, he kept DoorDash Dad on the end because he wants people from that old channel to find him. So now they're kind of stuck with that name. One of the reasons why I think Pedro hasn't dropped it yet. If you notice, he's no longer driving DoorDash. He could just drop the DoorDash and just be Pedro Santiago, but go to YouTube, type in Pedro Santiago. It's actually a common Latin name. You might get quite a few Pedro Santiago. I haven't tested it, but I'm willing to bet you'll get more than one. Where if you put Pedro DoorDash Santiago, you just get Pedro. Now, if you put DoorDash Dad, you just get this guy formerly known as DoorDash Dad. So they kind of got stuck with that DoorDash name. And this guy, formerly known as DoorDash Dad, I don't even think he drives DoorDash anymore. But his content is more geared to a, like mine, content creator that does gig work part-time. I also am a content creator. I do, rideshare part-time. This is not my whole life. And these misguided fans think Uber is my whole life. It's not. It's not my whole life. I'm a content creator that knows how to get money, not only now, but in the future, because I'm not just focused on these damn apps. Never have been. But it does make for good content. Hence the reason why I think these guys put DoorDash in their name. These companies put rideshare in their name. This rideshare community, we are a community of people that watch rideshare content. Even when I stopped driving for that 12 months, I still was watching rideshare content. But if you're a new creator and you're watching this, don't put the gig name in your title of your YouTube channel, because one day you might not want to do this stuff. And you can still talk about rideshare, but I wouldn't put it in your name, because you might want to pivot, for example, and do something different. I would even rather you put your real name before you put, DoorDash, Uber, or rideshare in your name. Now, except for those two big, rideshare professor, he's basically a company. Even though it's just him behind the camera, he has to, I'm sure he has employees, he has other people he pays, he has partners. I get why he keeps it in his name. And it would be dumb for him to change it. But I don't think he feels stuck with it, because he'll probably be doing this for the next 10 years. Let's be real. But Pedro, as we see, no longer does DoorDash. Formerly known as DoorDash Dad, no longer does DoorDash. And again, please go check out his channel. Formerly known as DoorDash Dad. This guy's smart. He's smart. If you're a gig worker and you want to know how to get out of gig work, listen to this dude. Now, I know him and Pedro had a beef, and supposedly that's over with or whatever, but I don't think it was smart for either one of these guys to put DoorDash in their name ever from jump. But they probably were thinking it was better because it would attract everybody watching DoorDash. They would have done that regardless, just talking about DoorDash without putting it in their name. You know, I'm glad, and I love the name Nice Guy Driver, because although some of these misguided fans might consider me not a nice guy, my passengers do. Hence the reason why I get lots of tips. You know. And I probably get a lot of cash tips. More than the average person, because I will go out of my way, which some of these drivers feel like they don't want to make time for, to take you to ATM to give me my money in cash. I've literally been known to like go out of my way, you know, let's go to the nearest bank, go to the ATM. You know, I try not to have them incur fees if their normal bank is nearby, but you got to do what you got to do. I want this cash. And in the past, I didn't want to talk about it, you know, because you got all these people, oh, follow the TOS and TAS and all these other organizations that regulate us doing private rides and how we do it legally. Let's be real, people. At the end of the day, there's always going to be a gray area when it comes to that. I am going to go the legal route, but you got to do what you got to do as a driver to get this money. Hence the reason why I had started watching, what's his name? The Mic Drop BBQ, I think his channel name is. He had a right all along. And I'll be honest, I didn't like him in the beginning because he came off kind of arrogant. And he used to kind of like jump in on my comments on my channel and, you know, try to get people to come over his channel, talking about, basically, he commented on my channel. It wasn't negative really, but he said, we've been talking about this over here for weeks to get my people to go over his channel, which if they did, you know, I'm all for it. But I've been watching him, and he had it right all along. He was like, get this money by any means necessary. Stop worrying about these people crying about the TOS and having the commercial insurance. You want to do that. You want to do this the right way, but you got to do what you got to do to feed your family now. Because even if you do go get a regular job, the regular jobs ain't that great out there unless you have a higher education. And somebody said in the comments once, don't blame Uber because you didn't go further in your education and get a real job. Nobody's blaming Uber for that. I'm blaming Uber because they're cheating everybody across America, not just myself. Unlike that person that said that comment, I'm not a selfish person. I actually care because I could get out of driving. I don't have to do it. I actually enjoy driving. Let's be honest, the majority of you're really only driving still because part of you enjoys it, because the money sucks. The money sucks. I don't care what nobody says. The money right now, as of 2024, to do any gig work sucks. Even alternative apps. Like, I've been looking at some of these apps that supposedly help you do courier work and stuff like that. They're all bad now. They're all slow. They're all bad. It's the economy. And no, I'm not blaming Joe Biden. It wouldn't matter if Trump was in office. It wouldn't matter if Joe was in office. Whoever's in there, sometimes thing happens. The economy just doesn't go the way we want it. Instead of blaming who's going to be president, we need to blame ourselves and get out there and grind like I do, because I know this ain't enough money. I know driving gig work is not enough money. Hence the reason why I'm renting rooms. Hence the reason why I'm doing affiliate marketing. Hence the reason in the background why I'm building my own media agency. You guys don't know this because I don't talk about it on this particular channel. So to you misguided fans, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about first and foremost. But I'm going to talk junk about Uber because they're not the only ones feeding me. Uber is like probably less than 25% at this point. So I'm going to talk junk about Uber and Lyft every day. Every day. Not because I enjoy hating on the companies. They make it easy. There's not too much positive. I tell you positive. I've told you the positive about what I've been seeing with Lyft lately. Lyft, I have some stuff positive to say about Lyft lately. They're both scamming us, but if I had to pick one that I've been enjoying a little bit more lately, I would have to say it's Lyft. Agree or disagree. Some of you get no Lyft at all in your area. I'm talking about the people that have a large amount of Lyft opportunities. Lyft's been kind of making us feel like they've been treating us better. That's just me. But again, these apps treat some people better than others. Because why are they giving me the earnings guarantee and not my neighbor? And it's not because I drive more. My neighbor's full time. He drives more than 8 hours a day. I only drive like 6 at the most. Hit me in the comments. Let me know if you can figure it out. I can't figure it out. I can't. But I'm going to get out here and go to the bank and catch a few rides this morning. Whether you're a misguided fan or not, please subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'm going to holler at you guys in the next one. Thank you.